This is an elephant in the room production, and today we are going to add some fractions. So I'm going to get an example up shortly. Let's go with 1/2 plus 2/3, or 1/2 plus 2/3. First things first, you are going to write out your 2 and 3 times table. You are doing this because you are finding a number that is both in the 2 and 3 times table, as you want to rewrite the bottom numbers of your fraction as this new number, and this is going to make everything much easier. Okay, so 6 is both in the 2 and 3 times table, so we are going to rewrite the bottoms of each fraction as 6. You cannot just pick a random number, it has to be in both of the shared multiplication tables. So to get from 2 to 6, we times by 3. So whatever we do to the bottom, we do to the top. So 1 times 3 is 3. So from 3 to 6, we times by 2. So we now have to times the top of the fraction by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so now we get to add, as we wanted to do initially. So 3 and 4, so I'm going to rewrite it over here to make it a bit clearer, but 3 and 4 is 7, and the bottom remains 6. It is not 6 plus 6 is 12, because it's 7 lots of 6, so it's not 6 add 6. Okay, so now I have some examples, and I'm going to do 3 examples, A, B, and C. And at this point in the video, once I've written them up on the board, it'd be the perfect opportunity for you to pause, have a go yourself, and then come back and see what the answers are. So if we start with A, I think I'm going to go for 1/3 plus 2/7. And then let's do B. B will be 2/6 plus 1/5. Finally, C is going to be 2/5 plus 2/7. Okay, so I'm going to shimmy over here and do A. At this point, you've paused the video, had a go by yourself, and now checking your answers. So we need a number that both 3 and 7 can make. So it's divisible by 3 and 7. So I'm going to just written my 3 times tables. I'm now going to do my 7s. So I've immediately seen that 21 appears in both, so that is the new number on the bottom. So 21 and 21, I'm going to add them together. So how did I get from 3 to 21? Times by 7. So whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom. Whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. Okay, so let's look at the other side. So we've got 7/21. To get from 7 to 21, we times by 3. So 2 also needs to be times by 3 to get to 6. Okay, now add the tops as normal, and we get 13. 21 stays 21. Okay, moving on. So question B. B requires us to find a number that is both in the 6 and the 5 times table. Remember, we're only ever really looking at the bottom numbers, commonly known as the denominator. So 6, 12, 18, 24, and let's say 30. We know to go to 30 because for the number to be shared also by the 5 times table, the number has to end in 5 or 0, because that's the only way it can be a multiple of 5. So we pick 30, then we rewrite the fraction with 30 on the bottom, we plus them both, and then we try to work out what we need to put on the top. So to go from 5 to 30, we times by 6. So whatever you do from the bottom, you do to the top. So 1 to 30, 1 times 6 is 6. So 6 to 30 is times by 5. So you times the 2 by 5, and then you get 10. Now add the tops as normal, and then keep the bottom the same. Okay, so we're going to simplify. So I just halved it. If you didn't understand the simplification, let me know, and I will go over it. Okay, so let's look at the final question. 2/5 plus 2/7. So we write down our 5 times table, we keep going until we think we've got a number that will match in the 7 times table. Okay, so we've got 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35. And we can see that 35 appears in both, so that's the number we want. You can pick a bigger number, like 350, but it might make timesing the top numbers a little tricky later on. So times the bottom by 5 times the top by 5 times the bottom by 7 times the top by 7. That's 14 to finish that one off. So then we simply add the tops as normal, 24, and keep the bottoms the same. Thank you for watching. Head over to the website address you can see on the screen or the link in the description for more content.